Here's another exclusive clip from Wrestling Reality with Justin LaBar, brought to you by Gladiators of the Cage.
Of why it was not a good Raw. Here's what you need to know. I was looking forward all day yesterday to that Raw. You want to know why? It wasn't because I wanted to see what Kane was going to do this time. It wasn't because I wanted to see who was going to answer the John Cena U.S. Open Challenge. It wasn't because I wanted to see, well, I always want to see Paige, but that wasn't the reason why. You want to know why I was excited? Because Raw was in Chicago. The very building that everybody says, that's my favorite spot to work in. It's where Edge and Christian just said on the podcast. Austin agreed. Matt Hardy says it to me. Those fans are always so into it, rabid, love it. It makes a subpar show always come off better if the show is in fact subpar. Last night's show was subpar, and the crowd sunk with it. You know that there's a problem with your Monday Night Raw when you're in Chicago and even they are not interested. The biggest pop that happened last night, the biggest pop was some schmuck got married to some broad in the crowd in the middle of a Cena match. That's what happened. Sorry for the schmuck and broad. I wish you the best, guys. That's the point. That's the biggest pop, is somebody got married and John Cena had to go with the flow as only John Cena can do. I give him credit for it. He basically tells Ziggler to get out of the ring. Ziggler slides out of the ring in the middle of the match. Cena grabs a mic, and he has no choice but to acknowledge it. Otherwise, he knew that the crowd would never regain with the match. But that was the biggest pop. And, and there's so many. I don't even know where to. So let's just start on the show here. I don't mind starting unconventional. I like cold opens. I like when they go right in and Kane's backstage with the authority thing. We'll get back to that in a second. I like cold opens like that. Dean Ambrose coming out of the ring. We don't normally see Dean come out and start it with a promo. I'm okay with that. And it made sense because that was the new match that was made last night. Dean and Orton versus Strowman and Harper. So I get putting it out front to establish, hey, this is the match, the new match on the card. So, but after that, even though they're fighting New Day and New Day is hot, these match lengths are getting ridiculous. I know that we have 3 hours to fill. I know that it's a lot of time to fill. But these match lengths of going 2 and 3 segments, I'm fine with guys coming to the ring and saying, when we come back, here's the match. That's smart, especially if it's a New Day or Daniel Bryan when he's healthy. That stuff's smart because those are people that the audience will hang around to see. I don't mind that, but I'm tired of match, commercial, finish the match. Too long. Too freaking long. Unless it is, I don't even know. There's no match I can come up with. There's no pairing I can come up with for Raw. There's no Kevin Owens or John Cena or Ziggler or Cesaro because again, it might be really good for that hardcore fan that wants to see this match never end. But to the main casual viewers, they're like, Jesus Christ, just give us the hook already. Tell us who's winning, who's losing, who's cheating. Let us see the climax of the match, of the story. Save longer matches for the pay-per-view. That's what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to build to that. The pay-per-view is supposed to be worth more money, so you build to that. Why am I getting 25, 30-minute matches on Raw when they're watching the pay-per-view? They're watching the pay-per-view. They're not going to turn it off. They're on the WWE Network or they're ordering it from their cable provider. They're not turning it off, so you can hook them in for long matches. Why are you taking 3 commercial breaks during a match when people can switch over to every other thing on television? Monday Night Football, any of the major networks with their show programming. It's just too long of matches. And then, let's go to the authority angle. I suspend my belief. I'm able to suspend all that stuff. I do that well. I have to. You can't write and talk about WWE for a living and not. I would drive myself nuts. And I'm being fair, Mr. Levesque. I am normally able to suspend my belief. But damn it, you're trying to tell me that you can't even show up to your own show, you're running that late, or you don't have Twitter to see what the main event is, or somebody hasn't emailed you to tell you what the main event is? What, did you stop off to check on CM Punk's UFC training? Were you drinking watching the Cardinals and Cubs? They should have at least showed up towards the end so we know that they actually made it there. What? I never got this. And it's one thing if your authority figure is a fictitious authority figure like a Kane or even a manufactured GM. Go pick any of them from the past years. Teddy Long, Eric Bischoff. I can even try to buy into them not making it there. But when we know that the authority that's in question that's not showing up is Triple H and Stephanie, that's just not believable. There's no way they're running late.
Even The Rock shows up via satellite. They couldn't do that.
We had an anonymous general manager that ran the damn show for 2 years from a computer. He didn't even have to be there. Jesus. I will suspend a lot of belief, and I get the whole hook, but that was a problem for me. So then going to the end of this, so the payoff is, Kane, you're not going to the ring, find a suitable opponent. Obviously, Corporate Kane finds Demon Kane. Here's my note to Michael Cole and the announcers. Why? So we're waiting to see who Seth's opponent's going to be, and the fire goes off, and the announcers are selling this like it was as shocking as when Sting showed up to Survivor Series last year. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would think the more appropriate play on this commentary would be continuing, at least within that 5 minutes you have of guessing, because they went to break and then they come back and it's time for the main event. Kind of like maybe Byron Saxton saying, "Oh man, real quick, just for the match. Oh my God, who is Corporate Kane going to find on such short notice?" And then either having Michael Cole or JBL going, "What are you talking? We know who he's going to find. He's been playing mind game." Acknowledge that Kane's going to do, I don't know, the same thing he's done in the last 3 weeks, which is transform into Demon Kane to one up Seth Rollins. That would have been because all you do when you try to say, who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? You're thinking you're going to get some, well, you're not thinking it. We all know it's going to be Demon Kane. But you're setting up and sounding like there's going to be some grand surprise. And then you have these idiots in Chicago chanting for CM Punk. Just hint towards it. What's it going to be? Well, you know what it's going to be. Don't be playing, don't actually be treating for JBL. He's the heel in the tail.
Yeah, at least have one of them do it.
Have one of them say, we know what's going to happen. The whole execution of it. I still like the Kane storyline. I've been praising that. I like the mind games, but the execution last night between the Authority not showing up and the oh my God, shock it all that Kane put the mask on and came out. And I don't even know. We're supposed to have this match again at Hell in a Cell. I'm very curious to how that match is going to be. Obviously, it's not going to be a lumberjack match, but I'm very curious to see what happens in that match because they just gave the match for free. It wasn't even like a BS match. They fought for like 10 freaking minutes until everybody meleeed it. It was like we're selling the Royal
How long
Rumble.
do you think this feud lasts?
I think it should be done after Hell in a Cell.
And what's next at Survivor Series? What do you think?
We got to be building towards Rollins and Triple H. I mean, that's just like the underlying thing. It's just
for the Survivor Series.
I don't know. I don't know if it would be at Survivor Series. But see, here's the tough thing: because Survivor Series again, like last year, they can do the team thing. So maybe it's another corporate authority team, but the wheels the wheels have to start coming off. The Rollins wheels as being the guy and with Triple H, and I don't know when he loses the title or who that's to. And then Sheamus, who the hell knows. Ugh. But the wheels need to start coming off soon. We've been milking this for so long. I think we're getting to the point where it's time to start doing it.